Hey, hi, hello. And this is Two Seasons to Settle, episode 3. I'm Dr. Kia, and welcome to The Plot Twist. So, our topic, community, is things change. So, when one person carries the marriage and the other changes the rules. So, let's talk about one of the most overlooked reasons relationships struggle. It's not betrayal, it's not finances, it's not even communication. Let's talk about inconsistency. More specifically, what happens when one person carries the emotional load of the marriage while the other person drifts in and out of commitment, effort, and accountability. Imagine a hypothetical marriage. Two people start with a shared goal, shared dreams, and a shared vision. They discuss where they want to be financially, emotionally, professionally, and as a family. They create a roadmap together, and years later, the wife looks around and realizes they're nowhere near the destination they once agreed upon. Confused, so she asks one simple question: how are we so far removed from the goal? And the other person responds, things change. At first glance, the answer seems reasonable, right? After all, life does change. But what happens when things change become an explanation for every broken commitment, every abandoned goal, and every unmet expectation? That's what we're discussing today. So, I'm going to give you 5 points for the plot twist of things changing. Point number 1, someone has to be the keeper of the vision. So in our hypothetical example, the wife becomes the keeper of the vision. She's remembering conversations, she's tracking goals, she's checking progress, she's initiating discussions, she's making adjustments, she's trying to keep everyone aligned, not because she's controlling, because she believes the promises matter. Meanwhile, the other person becomes increasingly reactive rather than intentional. He's responding to circumstances instead of helping shape outcomes. Over time, she notices she's the only one carrying the blueprint for the life that they wanted. And carrying the vision for the two people is exhausting. A marriage shouldn't require one person consistently reminding the other of what they agreed to build. So, main point number 2. The inconsistency creates emotional uncertainty. So most people think consistency is about showing up physically. It's not. But emotional consistency matters just as much, if not more. Can I depend on your words? Can I trust your commitments? Can I believe today's promises will still matter next month? In our hypothetical marriage, the husband isn't necessarily cruel, he's just inconsistent. One day he's motivated, the next day he's disengaged, 1 month he's invested, the next he's detached. One conversation produces hope, the next produces confusion. And eventually, the wife realizes she's spending more energy managing uncertainty than enjoying the relationship. Consistency builds trust. Inconsistency builds anxiety. I'm going to say that again. Consistency builds trust. Inconsistency builds anxiety. So main point number 3. When things change, become the convenient exit. Now let's talk about this phrase, things change. Because technically it is true. Things do change. Careers change. Goals change, circumstances change, people change. The question isn't whether things change. The question is whether both people are included in the conversation when change happens. In our hypothetical example, the wife wasn't upset because life evolved. She was upset because decisions seemed to evolve without discussion. The destination changed, the explanations changed, the priorities changed, yet somehow she was expected to simply adjust. Healthy relationships revisit goals together. They do not silently rewrite the agreement and expect one person to figure it out later. Number 4, emotional labor is often invisible. One reason emotional exhaustion goes unnoticed is because emotional labor doesn't look dramatic. It's remembering, it's planning, it's checking in, initiating difficult conversations, managing family dynamics if that's the case, protecting the relationship, addressing problems before they become a crisis. In a hypothetical marriage, the wife becomes emotional project manager. She's carrying conversations nobody wants to have. She's monitoring issues nobody wants to address. She's attempting to preserve a partnership that increasingly feels one-sided. And because emotional labor is invisible, it often goes unappreciated until the person carrying it finally puts it down. Then everyone notices the weight that was being carried. Number 5, people don't usually break from one big thing. Many relationships don't collapse because of one catastrophic event. They erode through repeated disappointments, broken commitments, unfinished conversations, unfulfilled promises. Inconsistency has a cumulative effect. Every time someone says they'll do something and doesn't, trust takes a small hit. Every time a goal is abandoned without discussion, truth takes another hit. Eventually, the issue isn't the goal, it's the pattern. The wife isn't grieving the dream anymore. She's grieving the realization that she was carrying it all alone. So I'll leave you with this 2 seasons to settle community. The healthiest relationships are not built on perfection. They're built on partnership. And partnership means both people carry the vision. Both people communicate when priorities shift, and both people participate in maintaining their relationship. Because things change should be at the beginning of a conversation, not the end of one. And being 2 seasons to settle means recognizing the difference between adapting together and carrying everything alone. So my call to action for you is this. Have you ever experienced a situation where the emotional weight of the relationship felt uneven? Without naming names, share your perspective in the comments. Let's have a respectful conversation about partnership, accountability, and growth. And if you are choosing peace, clarity, and reciprocity in this season of life, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and that notification bell for 2 seasons to settle, for more real conversations that help us heal, learn, and move forward. Until next time.